Okay, welcome to another episode of Vibing with VAR. And today I'm having two guests with me on the show. You get to meet them very soon. So, Ernest was my guest during the start of the year, and Annie was my guest sometime too. He was the guy that has met with Klopp. Let's talk about the Euro 2020 tournament, which already started. From the group stage performances, what can you say? What has been your best and worst performances so far? Any?
Uh, my best performance so far gotta be Germany, Hungary. That was a very unpredictable game because I mean everybody expected Hungary to be the scapegoat of the group, but they ended up surprising a few. They ended up having a few results, a few really good results, but unfortunately they couldn't make it through. Germany struggled, um, but in terms of unexpected results and my favorite game of the group stage, that's got to be it. I don't think there's been a worse game in this Euro so far. There hasn't been a 6-0, 7-0, 5-0 type of game. So every game has been really competitive.
Ernest, your best and your worst performances so far?
My best and worst performance is Germany, Hungary was a great surprise to me because I thought it would
Yeah.
have been better, like Annie said. And it was a surprise game. I also think that Slovakia, Spain was also a surprise game. I didn't expect Slovakia to lose at that margin because they had a chance to play a draw. They had a chance to limit the loss, and that would have been their entrance into the round of 16. So I didn't expect them to lose that way, that they lost. So it was a shocking experience for me because I think they could have arranged their game better to achieve better. So that was one thing that I think is also a surprise. Um, I thought Turkey would have done well because their qualification was something I liked.
Yeah,
You
you
know,
said you were going to give a stellar performance.
yeah, because I mean their qualification was good. They even won France along the way. So I thought they will reproduce that product, that quality, but it wasn't to be. It wasn't to be.
Okay.
So these are surprises, and I think it's all right. The qualification, I think everybody that qualified, I expect them to qualify. I would have been so pained if Portugal did not qualify, but I'm so happy that they did, even though as
I'm not.
worst loser. I mean, the best loser, but I think I'm
Yeah.
good that they qualified. So I hope to see them more in the tournament because that group was the group of death, and
Yeah, exactly.
you
Very
know
tough.
it would have been
Yeah,
so
that was a
Yeah.
tough
unfortunate.
group, but I'm not happy
Yeah.
that Portugal qualified.
You wanted
But
Hungary.
Why?
no, I don't want any. I just want Jota to be rested. I'm,
Oh.
I'm just being I'm just being selfish. I just
Oh.
want Diego Jota to be
Wow.
rested. Scotland is out, so Robertson is resting. I want
Yeah.
Portugal out so Jota can rest as well. I'm a Liverpool fan. I can't help it. But I
So
mean, yeah, I
I'm
agree
happy
with you
that
though.
Euro
The
did
people
that.
that qualified deserve to qualify. It was
Yeah.
a good group,
Mhm.
Okay,
especially
so
when you have a group like that. It's not fair for a France or a Germany or
Yeah,
a Portugal to now go through.
of course,
Yeah, it would have
of
been a lot more
course.
interesting if they only have allowed two people to qualify. Though it would be very interesting. So that means one
yeah,
of those three teams would not have made it.
yeah. Round of 16. So you've seen the fixtures. So which do you think is the toughest? Me, I think Portugal, Belgium, and England, Germany is actually the toughest.
Yep,
So do you
I
see
agree.
Portugal beating Belgium to get to the quarterfinals? Ernest.
I don't know. That's one game I would like to bet about. I don't want to bet about that game because the two have the same kind of talent. But if you ask me, I would say that Belgium might have an edge. They kind of are an all-round team, but Portugal haven't played with that tough group. has been toughened more than any other group could be. And that is an advantage they will have. So on paper version, but surprises will come, I believe.
Okay. Any?
Um, I think it's the other way around. I think that on paper Portugal is better. Portugal have a better counter-attacking team.
Mm.
Belgium, Belgium are okay. I think not only, but the biggest part where Belgium would be a challenge for Portugal would be the hold up play of Romelu Lukaku. If Lukaku can hold up the play well to allow De Bruyne and probably Tillemans and Hazard to work in that middle, because Portugal doesn't really have a good defense. I feel like
Yeah.
Pepe is done. Diaz cannot handle. I don't think Diaz can handle Lukaku. So in that aspect, but it's football. Um, Portugal do have Ronaldo. That's the ultimate equalizer right there.
Yeah.
So as far as matchup, I agree with you. It's a very, very interesting, even matchup all around. But the advantage for Portugal would be their counter attack between Bernardo Silva and and Ronaldo, and maybe Jota. Probably Jota. I mean, it's been playing really well. The advantage for Belgium would be the hold up play of Lukaku. Is added speed to his hold up play now. So the hold up play of Lukaku, the ingenuity of Kevin.
Yeah,
you can't
exactly.
can't bet against Kevin. That boy is probably the best player in the world right now.
Yeah.
So it's a very, very even matchup, and it'd be nice to see Bernardo Silva go against Kevin De Bruyne, teammates in club. So it'd be nice to see them go at it a little bit in a game that matters. But I think the England Germany game will be very interesting to watch, again for the same reasons. England have a very good attacking prospect, but the defense is not really that great. Germany came to life in the last game. I think they've finally realized that they're Germany and they need to be putting teams away. So that'll be a very good game to watch. I feel like that's going to be a very tough game for Germany, though, because England do have good defense and they have good fullbacks that can actually attack. Um, they haven't had to play against attacking fullbacks in the group stage. So that'd be a very good game to watch. But the game that I think everybody should pay attention to will be the France and Switzerland game. France
Okay.
didn't really play really well against Hungary. Hungary and Switzerland play kind of the similar way. They play compact,
Yeah.
they play really tight, and they counter attack really, really
Yeah.
well. So I feel like if France is not careful, if they come out with that attitude that they did with Hungary, they
Hungry.
would. I mean, they were very close to losing that game against Hungary. So if they play the same way against Switzerland, we might be in for a little bit of a shocker there. So that would be a game to pay attention to.
Okay. So, Ernest, England, Germany. What do you think?
I don't like England, progressing so much, but I think they are a better team this year, and I feel it's difficult for me to say like but Germany is gonna suffer it, but I think the Germans will stand their ground. That game will stretch. The game will stretch into extra time, possibly. If it doesn't, then it's
Yeah,
going
that
to be
makes
1-0.
sense.
And I can't say who will win, but it's going to be the game that we all would love to watch. But if England loses like 1-0, they're out. They are simply out. But I think Germany can stand their ground. So I am giving Germany an edge, but I also think that it will be one of the classic matches of this round of 16. So I think it's going to be one of the best ones. I just hope they don't disappoint me, because I hope if the two teams put their A game to the ground, it's going to be one of the most interesting. And I see it stretching to the extra time if it's working that way.
Okay, so talking about England, I think they have the squad to be one of the best teams in the tournament, but then they keep struggling to win their matches.
Always,
So what is their
always,
problem?
always.
Southgate.
How, how is it
It
your
really,
problem?
it really is that simple. It's Southgate. I
Okay.
mean, it's it's mind-boggling the fact that he would even suggest that Trent cannot go along with them before,
Yeah.
pressure. He was pressured to put him on. Um, and then the lineups, the substitutions is just not that manager. How would you needed a goal? You have Jadon Sancho on the bench. You have Jude Bellingham on the bench. You have Grealish on the bench. And in the last game that they played, well, the game before that, they won this last one 1-0. And then you have who else did he have on the bench? He had three attackers on the bench, and you needed a goal, and
Yeah.
you took Grealish out, one of your best players. You took Grealish out for Jude Bellingham. Nothing against Jude Bellingham, but you can't expect the same performance from Jude that you would get from from
Yeah.
Grealish. So he is the ultimate denominator in all of this because if he can get his lineup correct, oh, and then Mason Mount was on the bench. So why? I mean, it's just it's insane. If anyone that has any, I'm not a manager, but I've been watching this game for a long time. You don't just pick similar players. They have way too many similar players. Um, you have Mason Mount. You have what's the other kid in the middle? Um, Jadon Sancho. You have Sterling.
Yeah.
Um, you have all those similar um,
Real.
type of players, and then you don't have an attacking midfielder to actually help those players out. So if you have those kind of players on the bench, you need either a Jack Grealish behind them or a combination of Jack Grealish and Declan Rice. In my opinion, I feel like Declan Rice and Jack Grealish should be behind Jadon Sancho, Mason Mount, and Raheem Sterling. So, but defensively, I think they have a solid defense. But they have a very good team on paper. But the combination of players, when you have too much talent, you
Yeah.
don't. I don't. It's just not it for me. His selection has been very questionable. So if England doesn't proceed with this team that they have, it's definitely on the manager.
No more. Okay.
Okay. You feel Southgate is actually the problem.
I think the selection is a problem.
Okay.
Also had the same question with the Spanish team, but I mean they are proving me wrong. But it was also my question with Spanish team too. If they lost any game in that the Spanish club, it was on the manager. It wasn't on because of they don't have the players. But selection is a problem. So, but I think he's surviving so far. So good.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, so far so good for Spain, but they were also a game away from not making it. They drew three games. Yeah, they drew two games and won one.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
understandably, the teams that they played the first two games packed the bus. They were just playing defense the entire time, which is expected. You play in Spain, but Morata should not be leading that line. No, Morata should not be starting for any team in on any level, really. I mean, it's insane
Mm.
how much goals he's missing. It's
Exactly.
it's it's insane. Morata should not be leading the line. Gerard Moreno is okay. I think the stats that he finished the league with really helped him. He's a good finisher. But you can't have. It's like starting Harry Kane and um Calvert Lewin in the same game. It makes no sense. You can't have
Yeah.
Harry Kane and Dominic Calvert Lewin playing up
Yeah.
front. It's nobody plays a traditional 4-4-2 anymore. You either have a speedy striker and you have a hold up player, like what Belgium does.
Yeah.
Lukaku doesn't even play up front. He plays from the wing. He come outside from the corner. He uses his speed and his strength to hold up play. The same problem that I see with the Spanish team. You can't have Morata and Gerard Moreno playing at the same time. It's just not.
Yeah.
It's not going to work
Mhm.
out. So I agree with you with the lineup and the selection. Either you have if you're going to play Morata, play him behind another person, and then you leave Alcantara on the bench. I mean, I'm biased, but Alcantara should not be on the bench for any team, really. You
Okay.
know, you leave him on the bench. He comes in later in the game. It just doesn't add up to me. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I'm biased, so you can tell that I'm Liverpool biased a little bit. I want him to not play, but at the same time, I feel like he can influence the game. I don't want him injured, but he can definitely make that team a lot better than they're playing right now. So we'll see.
Okay.
All right.
So talking about teams that have been resilient, I think Denmark was one of them. And so how far do you think they will go for them to have made it this far? Any?
Denmark is playing Wales. I think they beat
Yeah.
Wales. I think they beat Wales. I think Denmark beat Wales. Unfortunately, if they win, then they have to play either Czech Republic or Netherlands. And I think that's where their journey will end. Will end. Um, but I think they beat Wales. Wales has not been impressive at all. And also because lineup, they don't really have too much freedom as to who to play. They have no choice but to play Bale. Bale hasn't really been impressive. They have no choice but to play um what's this kid up front that they have, Ramsey. Aaron
Yeah.
Ramsey. They have no choice but to play him. Ramsey is not really that, it's not really that great anymore. And he's playing striker for some weird reason. So um I think Denmark beat Wales. They're very solid team. They play compact. They play in and out football. They play from the inside into the wings and inside again. So, and if that's the way they play, I feel like Wales will really struggle containing them in the middle of the field. They have really strong players in the middle of the field. There are no names. They don't have a big name player in the Danish team aside from Ericsson that got injured. Well, not injured. That's sick right now. So um, I feel like they can really trouble Wales on the outside. So if they stay with the game plan.
Okay. Ernest, what do you think? How far do you think them?
I think he's on point because I don't see Denmark stepping further than this round of 16. They will win it. They win Wales. I agree with that. But after that, I think that's where their capacity will end. So I think I agree with Annie that Denmark will win Wales. I think they should win Wales. I don't see why they can't win Wales. They should. And if they do, then they have done their best. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then well, look, let me retract a little bit. If Netherlands lose to Czech Republic, which is probably not going to happen, Denmark will beat Czech Republic. But I feel like
Yeah.
Netherlands.
Um,
Yeah, I feel like Netherlands will beat Czech Republic. So
It should.
yeah.
yeah.
That's it.
Okay. Now talking about Italy. No, wait, what
Well,
do
let
you
me just
think?
say something. If Czech Republic beats Netherlands, then they are a terror group, a terror team. So we should be afraid of them more than anything. So
Yeah.
if they can beat Netherlands, then that's also something you have to. So I think that I give Denmark credit because they have been resilient, but I also
Exactly.
think that the resilience may not last so long after this. No matter the team they meet, if they meet Czech, if they meet Netherlands, I think that's because that team, that group is a cracker. Netherlands, Czech Republic. I think Netherlands will win, but if they don't win and Czech wins them, unless by penalty, if it ends in penalties, then it's anybody's game. So
It's
I wouldn't
anybody's
think
game.
that
Yeah.
it's up to their capacity. But if they win Netherlands normally within the game time, then I think we should be watchful of what they can do.
Yeah, the reason why I would pick Denmark over Czech is because of matchups. I feel like Denmark matches up better against Czech than they would against Netherlands. The threat that Czech Republic would offer would only be again counterattacks. They don't have the ability to play open football. They can do that against Netherlands because they have nothing to lose really. But against Denmark, they would want to play open football because they feel like it'd be an easier matchup. And that's why I feel like Denmark could hurt them because Denmark plays compact. They play really tight football. Um, so it'll be very interesting if Netherlands don't win. That group would be very because the winner of that would play the winner of Sweden or England and Germany. So Germany right now have a very very sweet way to the final if they can do what they need to do. because if they win their game, then they play the winner of Sweden and Ukraine, and they should be winning that. You would think they should be winning that. So if they win that, they play the winner of Netherlands and Czech. The winner of Netherlands and Czech. So the semifinals could be Germany versus Netherlands if they play their cards right, or Germany versus Czech Republic or Denmark if they play their cards right. So that bracket is very, very interesting. We'll see what happens. If the teams that we expect to take care of business, then it should be Netherlands and Germany playing the semifinal.
Okay, so let's talk about Italy. With what we've seen so far, do you see them getting to the finals and winning? Any?
Um, I can't bet against Italy. I can't. It's
But they've been so spectacular. There are three
right.
matches.
That's what I'm saying. I can't bet against them.
We push teams.
I can't bet against them. Yeah, they've only
so
say again, I'm sorry.
I think they're gonna have a hard time. I think they're gonna have a hard time when they get into the.
I just can't bet against Italy.
Hard time yet.
Yeah, the only reason is because defensively they're very solid. They're probably one of the best defensive team in the league in the tournament right now. And you just can't bet against Insigne, Immobile, the Bernardeschi, then this guy that just came out of I forgot his name now, Locatelli. Locatelli is a very solid finisher as well. So defensively they're very strong. Midfield wise, that might be their weakness if they play against a team like France or a team that controls the middle of the field. I feel like so they have in that area they have France and Spain in that bracket. If they win their game, they could play either France or Spain. If they play against a team that controls the middle of the field, then they will struggle. But if they play against a team that that are not really that strong in the middle of the field, I feel like Italy will surprise a few people. I just can't bet against them. They've only conceded one goal.
Yeah.
Why I think Italy is at least not low in my. I mean, not like I'm rating them low that way, but they're not really high in my expectation is because they have not been tested. Like me, my belief is that they've not been tested really in this tournament. They've had an easy game, and I think they need more. But they are compact, as you said. Defense always Italy from Paolo Maldini time. Italy is one of the best defensive teams in the world. So and they have maintained that. Now their old squad and they blend this old age and young youth, and it's so good for them. And experience and youth. So that's good. So I think that they do that, but the games are getting tougher. It's no more that group stage where they play Turkey. It's no more, it's getting tougher. And I think the teams they are going to face are teams that can have the experience to destroy that defense or make them commit a foul that will destroy them too. So that's what I think.
Yeah, if they win their game, if they win against Austria, which they should, they'll be playing the winner of Belgium and Portugal. So that would be probably the game of the round right there. The winner of Italy versus Portugal or Italy versus Belgium. That'd be their biggest competition, like you said. So we'll see. It'll be good to watch.
Okay. So I will ask again, which team do you think will win, or which teams do you see getting to the final? Ernest.
I'll still maintain my three teams. The three teams that I expect to be in the final. One of them will be in the finals: France, Germany, Spain.
Okay.
These are my three teams.
I think France beats Spain in the semis. I got my prediction right about Champions League, so I'm trying to take my time with this one. So I think France, Germany plays final.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think a third place team would probably be. I don't know how that bracket is going to work out. I have to look at it, but the third place team will probably be Belgium.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I don't know who's going to win, but I think Germany and France plays in the final.
Yeah, I think so too. But I think Spain also third place.
In third place,
don't win, if they don't compete in the finals, I I bet them there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you
if
don't.
France and Spain plays semifinal, then whoever it is that comes out of the other bracket
Yeah.
for the third place game will be Spain or Spain versus Portugal or Spain versus Belgium. So we're both on the same track here. So it'll be Germany, France
Yeah.
in the final, and either Spain or Belgium, like we said, will be in the third place. Yeah, I see that happening.
Okay, so you don't see any of those smaller teams surprising us to win.
Nah, not this tournament.
Not
The
this year.
top
Not
teams
this
are
year.
too deep to have any kind of upset.
Not this year.
No, I
Not
don't
this
see
year.
it.
Oh, okay. Anyway, okay, it's fine. So thank you so much for joining me. Let's see how the round of 16 goes, then the quarterfinals and the semis and the final. All right.
Give
Thank
us
you
your
so
own
much.
prediction.
Thank you.
Well,
Yeah. Okay.
Give us your
like
own
I said,
prediction.
no. Like I said, since the tournament started, I just want to enjoy good football. Any team it is, I won't be surprised, and I don't want to be surprised. So, but like you said,
Okay.
it's still between the favorites: Belgium, Germany, and France. Hopefully, and maybe Italy, because
She
Italy
likes
actually.
England. She likes England. So she wants England to be there.
I
All
just
right.
don't
Thank
think
you.
England would. I
No,
don't. If they
me
do
too.
it, that'd be great. I just don't
That would
see
be a
it.
miracle. That would be a miracle.
I don't see it.
Yeah.
They have to go through. They have to go through Germany. Let them get through Germany first, and then we'll talk again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that'll be all for now.
All right. Thank you.
Uh, Thank you
Thank you,
so
Annie.
much.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Yeah, bye. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's see how the round of 16 goes. Hopefully, the best teams will get to proceed to the quarterfinal. And don't forget to subscribe to all my social media handles and see you some other time. Bye.